It feels like every time you refresh your screen, there's another groundbreaking development in artificial intelligence. It's moving so fast.
It really is almost dizzying sometimes.
Yeah, and you might be wondering, like I often do, what are the real signals amidst all the noise?
Hmm.
Well, that's precisely what we're setting out to uncover today on the Deep Dive. We've taken a close look at the recent AI news, specifically focusing on the week around May 23rd, 2025.
Right, and we're drawing from a really informative newsletter that, keeps track of the entire AI landscape.
Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to understanding what truly matters.
Exactly. And this past week, it's been a busy one. Significant announcements from the big tech players, some fascinating new tools unveiled.
And some important discussions, too, right? About how AI is being used and what it all means.
Yeah, the implications across different sectors. Okay, let's dive right in then.
Sounds good. And what immediately caught my attention were these reports surrounding Elon Musk's Grok AI.
Mm.
It seems its use is expanding within U.S. federal agencies. And this has sparked some, well, pretty serious questions.
Yeah, what's particularly noteworthy here is the reported lack of established approval processes
Right.
and the potential for, let's say, legal and ethical gray areas. We're looking at concerns around how data is being handled,
Uh-huh.
the possibility of conflicts of interest, and experts are voicing worries about XAI, gaining access to sensitive government information.
And the reports go even further, suggesting that DOGE, that's the team connected to Musk, might be using AI to monitor government employees.
That's the allegation, yeah. And even potentially pushing political agendas.
Wow. It sounds like a situation where clear oversight is, well, absolutely crucial.
It really brings to the forefront the importance of setting clear boundaries,
Yeah.
regulatory safeguards, especially as AI gets more integrated into, well, everything.
Even if it promises more efficiency, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
We need to think carefully about data security, fair practices. These principles, they extend to anyone working with AI, really, whatever field you're in.
Okay. Shifting gears now to something that could touch almost everyone who uses the internet. Google's growing AI integration in search.
Oh, yeah, this is big.
It appears they've rolled out an AI mode to all U.S. users. This is through Gemini 2.5.
That's right, building on the AI overviews, which apparently 1.5 billion people are already using.
That number's huge.
It is. And this could lead to a fundamental reshaping of how we all find information online. The data we're seeing from BrightEdge, it indicates a significant decline.
In clicks.
Yeah, nearly 30% in the last year, a drop in click-through rates to websites.
So what does that suggest? People are finding answers right in Google.
It suggests exactly that. Users getting answers directly in those AI summaries. People are calling it a zero-click search environment.
So if people get their info right there on the results page, what does that mean for, say, businesses, content creators who rely on that traffic?
Well, it sounds like a pretty seismic shift, doesn't it?
It really does.
And Google isn't stopping there. Their Project Mariner, think of it as an AI web browsing agent.
Okay.
It handles multiple tasks, and it's now integrated into their Gemini API and Vertex AI platforms. They've got partnerships, too, like with Ticketmaster and Resi.
What does that mean practically?
It offers a glimpse into a future where users might just delegate online tasks, like booking concert tickets, making dinner reservations.
Entirely to an AI agent, just tell it what you want.
Potentially, yeah. Just tell your AI, and it handles the steps.
That's a fascinating prospect, a significant evolution in how we interact with the web, how we transact online.
Indeed. This could really disrupt traditional online marketing strategies, the ones focused on driving traffic to websites.
So marketers might need new ways to reach people.
They might need to explore new ways, yeah. Reaching and engaging consumers in this kind of evolving AI-driven environment.
Now, all this incredible AI development, it requires incredibly skilled people. And it sounds like there's a real battle underway to get that talent.
Oh, definitely. A serious AI talent war.
What does that look like?
Well, what's striking is just the intensity of the competition. You've got the major players, OpenAI, Google, XAI, all fiercely competing for the top AI researchers.
And offering huge sums, I imagine.
Eye-watering sums. Annual salaries reportedly over $10 million. Massive retention bonuses, too, potentially tens of millions.
Wow.
It's a real high-stakes race for the best minds.
And it's not just the giants involved, is it? I read that smaller startups are getting creative, too.
That's right. The newsletter highlights how they're using things like data analysis to find promising talent that maybe the bigger companies overlook.
That's clever. Smart approach.
It just underscores how crucial this expertise is for driving innovation, this intense competition. It directly influences the pace.
The pace of new products.
Exactly. New products, new features being developed and rolled out. It ultimately shapes the whole landscape of AI tools that become available, for everyone in different fields.
Okay, speaking of new tools, Perplexity is entering the browser space. Something called Comet,
Yeah, described as an AI native browser.
which sounds like a departure from, the usual Chrome or Firefox experience.
It is. What makes it different is how deeply the AI stuff is woven into the browser itself.
Like how?
We're talking AI-powered features like summarization, AI responses,
Okay.
accessible right from the homepage, or the address bar, even a sidebar.
Okay, so integrated help.
And beyond that, it includes things like autonomous tab management.
What does that mean? It closes tabs for you.
It could, yeah, like closing inactive tabs automatically to keep things tidy. And it can perform tasks across different web platforms, too.
So it's not just about finding information. The browser itself acts more like an intelligent assistant, helping manage online activities.
That seems to be the idea. It does seem like a significant shift in how we interact with the web.
Yeah, it does. And for anyone involved online, maybe marketing,
Mm-hmm.
it raises questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
How will users navigate or engage if their browser can do more for them?
Exactly. Will they still visit websites as often? It might mean rethinking website design, user engagement strategies.
Interesting. Okay, Google is also making big strides in content creation. Flow, their new AI video editing suite.
Right, powered by their Imagen and Veo models, which are already pretty impressive.
What can Flow do?
What's powerful is the breadth of its capabilities. It handles everything from basic trimming and editing
Hmm.
to more complex stuff like manipulating objects within a scene, controlling virtual cameras, managing sound, even generating advanced visual effects.
And who is this for?
It's being offered to creators on their higher tier plans, suggesting a focus on, professional level video production.
It sounds like it could really speed up the video production workflow. For anyone creating video regularly, this could be a real game changer.
In terms of efficiency, resources needed. Absolutely. It has the potential to lower the barriers to producing high-quality video. Maybe less need for external agencies or big in-house teams.
Meanwhile, Anthropic, they're not standing still either. They've unveiled new capabilities for their AI, Claude.
That's right, making it more versatile for complex tasks.
How so?
By adding features like code execution, letting Claude actually run code. An MCP connector, which lets it talk to other software platforms.
Like Asana, maybe?
That was an example given, yeah. Also a files API for accessing documents and extended prompt caching, which helps it remember context over longer conversations.
So Claude is evolving, from mainly text-based to handling more intricate workflows, data analysis, connecting tools, managing docs, more of an integrated work assistant.
Precisely. These enhancements position Claude as a more powerful tool for things like in-depth data analysis, generating different content formats, even automating parts of marketing campaigns.
Which could lead to, well, big efficiency gains.
Potentially, yes. Considerable gains in operational efficiency.
And speaking of efficiency, the numbers coming out of Klarna, the buy now, pay later company, quite remarkable.
They really are. A huge jump in revenue per employee, reportedly.
How huge.
Moving from about $575,000 to almost $1 million in revenue per employee. That's a massive increase.
And that's linked to AI.
They attribute major efficiency and cost reduction to AI. Remember, they initially replaced around 700 customer service roles with AI chatbots.
Right, I recall that. So even though they've brought back some human agents since then, that initial AI shift had a major financial impact.
Clearly, it's a strong indicator for businesses everywhere, really, to consider where AI can streamline processes, improve the bottom line.
Definitely something to watch.
It certainly is. And while their IPO plans are apparently on hold for now, market conditions and all that,
Right.
the underlying efficiency gains from AI, that's key for any company looking at long-term growth.
Okay, let's move from the digital realm to the physical. Google's Android XR glasses, powered by Gemini AI.
This feels like we're getting closer to that augmented reality future, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And happening quickly.
The concept is compelling. Hands-free, context-aware assistance through glasses. Messaging, navigation, real-time translation, app access.
And they partnered with Warby Parker for the design.
Yeah, which suggests they're prioritizing both the tech and making them look like something people might actually wear every day.
That stylish aspect is definitely important for adoption. But thinking bigger picture, these AI wearables could unlock entirely new ways for people to interact with tech and each other.
Exactly. We might see new forms of in-context information delivery, Personalized content, adapting to your immediate environment, your needs, could be very immersive, very helpful.
Okay, let's touch on the ongoing discussion around AI hallucinations.
hmm
When models generate inaccurate or just plain weird stuff.
hmm The CEO of Anthropic, Dario Amodei, offered an interesting perspective.
What with that?
Well, what's notable is his argument that AI models might actually produce fewer inaccuracies than humans do.
Really? Fewer.
That's his claim. Although maybe the types of errors they make can be more unexpected, more surprising.
Right.
His point is that these occasional inaccuracies, while they need addressing, aren't necessarily a fundamental roadblock to achieving, more advanced AI like AGI.
That's pretty thought-provoking.
Yeah.
Especially since we've seen examples where AI models, including Anthropic's own Claude, have generated misleading outputs sometimes.
It highlights the ongoing effort, right, to understand and improve the reliability of these systems. So while Amodei is optimistic about mitigating these things,
We still need to be critical.
it's a reminder, yeah. Continue to critically evaluate the information AI gives us, especially when accuracy is crucial.
Got it. Now, in a significant move suggesting AI might get more tangible, OpenAI is acquiring Jony Ive's AI hardware startup, IO.
For a substantial amount, too.
How much?
A reported $6.4 billion, which definitely signals a major strategic ambition.
Bringing in Jony Ive,
Yeah.
the famous Apple designer.
Well, his team's expertise, yeah. It strongly suggests OpenAI is serious about physical AI products. This, plus their other investments in robotics and hardware talent. It could pave the way for some really innovative user interfaces, experiences beyond screens and keyboards.
It's exciting to think about how we might interact with generative AI beyond just typing, right?
Yeah.
Physical products could open up new avenues.
Absolutely, in all sorts of contexts. This move could inspire thinking about entirely new device categories, how brands might interact with consumers through these novel physical AI interfaces.
Another area of clear progress. Communication across languages.
Hmm.
Google Meet is now offering real-time speech translation.
Yeah, powered by DeepMind's audio models. This sounds like a huge benefit for global collaboration.
Does it work?
What's particularly impressive is that the translated audio is overlaid onto the original speaker's voice, but it retains their tone, their emotional inflection.
Wow.
Initially, it supports English and Spanish, more languages planned. It could significantly reduce language barriers in multilingual conversations with very little delay.
The implications for international teams, global customer service, they seem immense. Streamlining communication, fostering better understanding.
Indeed. For any organization with an international footprint, this kind of tech could greatly enhance real-time interactions, make it easier to connect with partners, customers worldwide.
Okay, switching to e-commerce. For small businesses wanting an online presence, Shopify just launched an AI store builder.
Yes, and it can apparently create entire online stores based on just a few keyword prompts.
Really? Just keywords.
That's the idea. It automates setting up an online business. Someone enters keywords describing their product or service, and AI generates the layout, imagery, text, the whole storefront.
It sounds like it could really democratize e-commerce even further, dramatically lowers the barrier to entry.
It's Shopify's first fully integrated AI tool designed specifically for this purpose.
It could really speed things up, right? Let entrepreneurs focus on other parts of their business. Anyone working with small businesses should note this faster setup, maybe lower costs.
It also opens up possibilities for quicker experimentation, trying different designs, different product presentations, adapting faster to market feedback.
Now, globally, the UAE is making a significant push in AI, Falcon Arabic, a model specifically for the Arabic language.
This highlights a growing trend, doesn't it? Developing AI tailored to specific languages and cultural contexts.
So it understands nuances better.
That's the goal. Falcon Arabic, developed by Abu Dhabi's Advanced Technology Research Council, reportedly shows impressive efficiency compared to larger general models. It's part of that broader strategy in the Gulf region to become a major AI hub.
Having an AI model that truly gets the complexities of Arabic, that could be a game changer for brands wanting to engage with Arabic-speaking audiences more authentically.
Absolutely. More relevantly, more culturally attuned. It could lead to more effective, more engaging AI-powered experiences for a huge global population.
Okay, let's move to some potential challenges.
Yeah.
XAI, the company behind Grok. They had to address instances where their chatbot generated conspiracy-related content.
Yes, and their explanation was, Well, quite unusual.
What did they say?
They cited a rogue employee who allegedly modified system prompts. That was the explanation for Grok inserting things like white genocide narratives into unrelated responses.
A rogue employee.
That's what they claimed. Though some experts also suggested maybe prompt contamination within the system itself. Either way,
It highlights risks, right?
it underscores the complexities and potential risks when you deploy or integrate these third-party AI systems.
And it really emphasizes how AI could inadvertently amplify misinformation and the critical importance of brand safety for anyone using these tools publicly.
Precisely. Robust monitoring, clear responsibility, ongoing efforts to ensure reliability, all crucial.
A recent UN report also flagged how AI adoption might disproportionately impact women's employment.
Particularly in administrative and clerical roles, yeah.
What did the report find?
The International Labor Organization's research suggests nearly 10% of jobs traditionally held by women are likely to be affected by AI automation. That's compared to a smaller percentage, like 3.5%, for jobs predominantly held by men.
So not necessarily mass unemployment, but a shift.
The report anticipates more of a shift in job roles, yeah, but it's still an important consideration for workforce planning, skills development.
This potential gender-specific impact, something to keep in mind when we think about the broader societal changes AI might bring, the need for proactive strategies, maybe.
To ensure a fair transition for everyone, yes. It underscored the importance of anticipating these shifts, investing in training, equipping people with skills for the evolving job market.
Okay, let's talk Apple. After some reported delays, they're apparently undertaking a major overhaul of Siri.
Rebuilding it with a new, more advanced AI architecture, it sounds like they're aiming to make their voice assistant much more capable.
Why the delay?
Reporting suggests a mix of things. Earlier leadership hesitations, shortages of computing hardware GPUs, and difficulties integrating with legacy systems.
So what's the goal now?
To create a Siri that's more conversational, understands context better, and importantly, is trained on device.
For privacy.
With a focus on user privacy, yeah.
Using a technique called differential privacy.
If Apple pulls this off, revamps Siri successfully, that could significantly boost voice-based AI interaction for a massive user base, right?
Absolutely. Anyone developing for iOS will likely want to pay close attention. New possibilities for integrating with Apple's AI ecosystem.
And it could raise user expectations for all voice assistants, perhaps. Capabilities, privacy features.
That's a definite possibility, yeah.
Now, there's also some interesting friction emerging, state versus federal level, regarding AI regulation.
It seems the states are pushing back on the idea of a federal freeze on their own regulatory efforts.
What's the specific issue? 40 state attorneys general are opposing a provision in a proposed tax bill. This provision would basically bar states from enacting AI regulations for 10 years.
10 years. Why oppose that?
Their main concern is it would hinder their ability to protect consumers while federal action on AI policy is still, well, in progress. Officials in places like California warned it could even undermine existing state consumer protection laws.
This state-federal dynamic. It could have significant implications, couldn't it, for how AI is governed in areas like advertising, data privacy, algorithmic decisions.
Especially for businesses operating across state lines, they'll need to stay aware of potential differences in regulatory landscapes. Could lead to a more complex, varied environment for AI development in the U.S.
Apple is also reportedly facing scrutiny, this time over a potential partnership with Alibaba in China for AI features on iPhones there.
Yeah, this raises some interesting questions about data and security in a global context.
Who's scrutinizing it?
U.S. officials are reportedly examining this potential collaboration. Concerns focus on user data sharing, potential influence over AI training data, and broader national security implications.
Even though Apple hasn't confirmed it.
Despite the lack of official confirmation, yeah, these reports have generated considerable discussion, especially around cross-border data governance.
For companies operating internationally using AI, this really underscores the potential complexities, the sensitivities involved, especially with user data and national security in the mix.
It highlights the need for careful consideration of data localization policies, security protocols in these international AI partnerships.
Okay, Italy's Data Protection Authority. They recently fined Replica, the AI companion chatbot company.
Yes, a significant fine citing privacy violations.
How much was it?
$5 million. The reasons included failure to implement adequate age verification and lacking a proper legal basis for processing user data.
So this fits a broader trend.
It aligns with increased regulatory scrutiny and enforcement by EU authorities, yeah, especially concerning AI systems handling personal info without proper consent and safeguards.
It serves as a clear warning then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To anyone developing or deploying AI tools that touch personal data. Robust privacy compliance, especially in the EU, is fundamental.
Absolutely. Ignoring these regulations can mean big financial penalties and serious reputational damage.
Netflix is exploring generative AI too, planning to use it to tailor ads.
For users on its ad-supported plans, yeah, could be an interesting development for the ad industry.
How would that work?
The idea is to use AI to personalize the mid-roll and pause screen ads based on the content the user is watching at that moment.
And Netflix has a lot of users on those ad tiers now, right?
A large and growing base, yeah. So this could lead to more relevant, more engaging ad experiences for viewers and potentially more effective campaigns for advertisers on Netflix.
AI-powered personalization of video stream ads, a more targeted way for brands to connect with specific audiences within that viewing environment.
Absolutely. Advertisers might start thinking about creating ad content that AI can dynamically adapt to better align with all the different shows and movies on Netflix.
Eric Schmidt, former Google CEO, shared his perspective on AI recently, suggesting its true power isn't just chat, but planning, strategy.
Exactly. His argument is that the current fascination with chatbots overshadows AI's transformative potential in business process automation, strategic decision-making.
He thinks it will go that far.
He predicts AI agents will run the majority of business operations within years. And he also emphasizes the geopolitical risks of global AI competition, especially with China.
That long-term view is crucial for businesses, isn't it? As AI moves beyond content generation, its role in shaping strategy, optimizing complex workflows, that seems likely to grow.
It suggests a future where AI is deeply integrated into the strategic core of organizations, influencing not just tactics, but fundamental business planning.
There's also this ongoing, maybe intensifying debate around AI and copyright. Artists in the UK are opposing a proposal about AI training.
Strongly opposing it, yes. Prominent artists like Elton John, many others. They're publicly denouncing a proposed change in UK law.
What's the proposed change?
It would allow AI developers to train models on copyrighted material without getting explicit permission first, essentially shifting to an opt-out system for creators instead of opt-in or consent.
And this is causing a big discussion.
A significant discussion around potential amendments to the UK's data bill, yeah.
This could have major ramifications, couldn't it, for how creative assets are sourced, used in AI development. It underscores the complex legal, ethical landscape here.
It raises fundamental questions about fair compensation for creative work and the ethical sourcing of data used to train these powerful AI systems.
Finally, a study presented at a recent AI conference revealed a somewhat surprising limitation. Even leading AI models still struggle with basic things like analog clocks.
And calendar dates, yeah. This research from ICLR 2025 found that despite advanced capabilities elsewhere, current models often fail at tasks needing spatial reasoning or logical understanding of concepts like time represented visually.
So they have blind spots.
It highlights that even sophisticated AI can have blind spots in visual interpretation, common sense reasoning about things like time.
It's a good reminder, isn't it? AI is making incredible progress, but it's not perfect, not universally capable yet.
Exactly. Anyone using AI for scheduling or anything time-sensitive should probably build in validation steps. Double-check the accuracy.
Don't just trust it blindly.
It underscores the importance of maintaining some skepticism, not overestimating AI's abilities across all domains, especially things humans often take for granted, like visual or temporal understanding.
So as we've explored, the world of AI just keeps evolving rapidly. Significant developments across such a wide range just in this past week. We've hit on ethics, search transformation, new creative tools, hardware advances.
Yeah, a lot to cover. And our goal with this deep dive really has been to give you a clear, insightful overview of these important shifts, help you understand the key trends shaping AI's future.
And hopefully, even the specifics of your own interest weren't directly addressed today, this overview gives you a valuable perspective on the broader AI landscape and its potential implications as we move forward.
Absolutely. And on that note, maybe something to think about. Given all these rapid, diverse advancements we discussed today, what fundamental aspects of your work or your daily life might be most unexpectedly transformed by AI in the near future? Maybe something beyond the immediate headlines, beyond what we specifically covered here, something to mull over.